So, good morning, not good morning, but good evening to all of you. And in last chapter, we discussed about what mainly human environment, hmm, interactions, uh, the tropical and subtropical region, in which we discussed about life in the Amazon basin, and we uh, saw how is the actual the Amazon forest and all the river and all the tributary rivers of the Amazon river, and we discussed about some creatures that were found, and birds and animals, and also vegetations that are found in that the Amazon basin. And also we discussed about the climate, about rainforest, about the people of the rainforest, and then we discussed about uh, different types of crop of uh, Ganga and Brahmaputra uh, region, and the all tributaries that contributes to uh, make a basin of Ganga and Brahmaputra. And also we discussed about the all the related land and landscape with this basin Ganga and Brahmaputra, in which we discussed about the agriculture, type of agriculture that were uh, uh, occur in the occurs in those regions, like paddy and uh, paddy in the mainly plain regions, and teas in the hilly region. And we discussed about different type of also animals, birds, and the uh, different type of landscapes. Then also we discussed about the delta region and all the different cities that were located on beside these rivers, like Brahmaputra and Ganga. Mm. Next, and today we are going to discuss the life in the desert, how the life of a desert seems like. Mm. So in chapter 5, you have seen that the water means life to plants, animals, and people. It is difficult for anyone to live in places where there is no water to drink, where there is no grass for their cattle to feed, and where there is no water to help the crops to grow. We will now learn about the places in the world where people have learned to crops, learn to cope with extreme harsh temperature. In some places, by using different devices like AC, cooler, and different electrical devices, we are now able to face very harsh and difficult weather too. But that weather is not for a not proper for the survival of the all other animals except human beings. So they are handless, they are shelterless. So this bad climate, this bad weather, this bad environmental crisis, catastrophes, huh, that were caused by these rubbish human beings, is causing too much harm on other creatures. So this point is most concerning for each and every human being. Hmm. We We'll now learn about the places in the world where people have learned to cope with the extreme harsh temperature. In some places, as hot as fire and some as cold as ice. There are the desert area of the world. There are characteri- characterized, characterized by low rainfall, scarcity vegetation, and extreme temperature. Depending on the temperatures, there can be hot desert or cold desert. The people inhabited these lands wherever little water is available to practice agriculture. Desert. It is an arid region characterized by extremely high or low temperature and has scarce vegetation. The hot desert like Sahara. Look at the map of the world and the continent of Africa. Locate the Sahara Desert covering the large part of the North Africa. It is the world's largest desert. It has an area of around 8.5 million square kilometer. Do you recall that India has an area of 3.2 million square kilometer? The Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. These are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, uh, Tunisia, Western Sahara. When you think of the desert, the picture that immediately comes to your mind is that of sand. But beside the vast stretches of sand that Sahara Desert is covered with, there are also gravel plants and elevated plateaus with the bare rocky surface. These rocky surfaces may be more than 2,500 meters high at some places. Do you know? You will be surprised to know that the present day Sahara once used to be lush green plain, cave paintings, paintings in Sahara Desert, so that there used to be rivers with crocodiles, elephants, lions, giraffes, ostrich, sheep, cattle, and goats were common animals. But the change in climate has changed it to a very hot and dry region. Mm. So you can see there here is a Africa continent, and you can see this brown region which is uh, depicted as a Sahara region and the Sahara Desert, which covering almost 11 countries of the Africa continent. Do you know Algeria is the Sahara Desert south of the Tripoli, Libya, record that highest temperature of the 57.7 centigrade in 2020. Climate. The climate of the Sahara Desert is scorching hot and parched, parched dry. It has short rainy season. The sky is cloudless and clean. Here, the moisture evaporates faster than the accumulates. Days are unbelievably hot. The temperatures during the day may soar as high as 15 degrees Celsius, heating up the sand and the bare rocks, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot. The nights may be freezing cold with the temperature nearing 0 degrees. Flora and fauna. Vegetation in the Sahara Desert includes cactus, date plants, uh, acacia. In some places, there are oases, green islands with date palms surrounding them. Camels, hyenas, jackals, fox, or scorpions, many varieties of snakes and lizard are the prominent animals species living there. Do you know scientists have actually found skeletons of the fish in this desert? What could have happened? Hmm. Oceans in the Sahara Desert, like something like Iceland, like in a desert, some greenish places like Iceland is called Oasis, Oasis. People, the Sahara Desert, despite its harsh climate, has been inhabited by various groups of people who pursue different activities. Among them are Bedouins, Bedouins and the Tuaregs. These groups are nomad, nomadic tribes, rearing livestock such as goats, sheep, camels, and horses. These animals provide them with the milk, hides from which they make leather for belts, slippers, water bottles. Hair is used for mats, carpets, clothes, and blankets. They wore heavy robes as a protection against dust storms and hot winds. The Oasis is a Sahara, and the Nile Valley in Egypt supports settled population since water is available. The people grow date plums, crops such as rice, wheat, barley, beans, and also grown Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide in grown in Egypt. The discovery of oil, a product in a great demand throughout the world, in Algeria, Libya, and Egypt, is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert. Other minerals of importance that are found in the area include iron, phosphorus, manganese, and uranium. The cultural landscape of the Sahara is undergoing change. Gliz, uh, glee, gleaming, gleaming glasses, cast office building, cast cast office buildings tower over mosquitoes, and superhighways crisscross crisscross the ancient camel path. Trunks are replacing camels in a salt trade. To tourists, tourists are seen acting as guides to foreign tourists. More and more nomading hard hard hardmen are talk, taking to city life, finding jobs in oil and gas operations. Do you know scientists have actually found skeletons of the fish in the desert? What could have happened? You can say in the ancient time, in the old time, it was, uh, it may be a part of um, ocean or sea, or other thing we can say. there are lots of creatures that is uh, always found similar to the fishes, uh, uh, but they are reptiles and they can easily survive in desert, so they may be the skeleton of those creatures. Depression, depressions are fo- depressions are formed when the wind blows always the sand in the depression where underground water reaches the surface and the oasis is formed. These areas are fertile. People may settle around these water bodies and grow dates, plums, and other crops. Sometimes the oasis may be abnormally large. Triflate oceans. Morocco is a large oasis with an area of about 30,000 square kilometer. World origin. Ladakh is made of two words, La meaning mountain. What is Ladakh? Mountain pass, and Dak means country. Hmm. The cold desert that were found in Ladakh. Ladakh is the cold desert lying in the Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. The Karakoram range is in the north of the Janskar mountain. In the south, uh, enclose it, several rivers flow through Ladakh, Indus being the most important among them. The rivers from Deep Valley and Gorges. Several glaciers are found in Ladakh. For example, the Gangri Glacier. The altitude in Ladakh varies from about 3,000 meter in Kargil to more than 8,000 meter. That is almost the height of the Mount Everest. Mm. In the Karakoram, due to its high altitude, the climate is extremely cold and dry. The air at this altitude is so thin that the heat of the sun can be felt instantly. The day temperature is in the summer are just above 0 degree and the night temperature well below minus 30 degrees Celsius. It is a freezing cold in the winter when the temperature may remain below minus 40 degrees Celsius for most of the time. As it lies in the rain shadows of the Himalayas, there is a little rainfall as low as 10 centimeter every year. The area experiences freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. You will be surprised to know that if you sit in the sun with your feet in the shade, you may suffer more both sunstroke and the frost frostbite at the same time. Do you know Ladakh is also known as uh, Chapachan, which means snowland. Khapachan. I don't know the actual pronunciation. Uh, the meaning of this is snowland. Flora and fauna. Due to high aridity, the vegetation is as spare. There are scanty patches of grasses and shrubs for animals to graze. Groups of wilds and polars are seen in the valleys. During the summer, fruits trees such as apples, apricots, and walnuts bloom. Several species of birds are uh, singed in Ladakh. Robins, red stork, stars, uh, Tibetan snowcock, raven, and hoop, hoopie are common. Some of these are migratory birds. The animals of Ladakh are wild goats, wild sheep, yak, and special kinds of goats. The animals are reared to provide for the milk, meat, and hides. Yak's milk is used to make cheese and butter. The hair of the sheep and goats is used to make woolens. Hmm? People, now we have to know about the people of the land. Do you find any resemblance between the people of Ladakh and the inhabitants of the Tibet and the Central Asia? The people here are either Muslim or Buddhists. In fact, several Buddhist monasteries dot the Ladakhi landscape with their traditional gompas. Some famous monasteries are Hemis, Thikase, Sei, and Lama Yuru. In the summer season, the people are busy cultivating barley, potatoes, peas, beans, and turnip. The climate in the winter months is so harsh that the people keep themselves engaged in festivals and ceremonies. The women are very hard working. They work not only in the houses and fields but also manages a small business and shops. Leh, the capital of the Ladakh, is well connected both by road and air. The National Highway A1 connects Leh and Kashmir Valley through the Jojila Pass. Can you name some more passes in the Himalaya? Khardungla, Sipkila, and I have no idea. Uh, so, do you know the Chiru or the Tibet or the Tibetan antelopes is an endangered species. It is hunted for its wool known as sartus, which is light in weight and extremely warm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Great human beings. The finest cricket bats are made from the wood of the willow trees and that are found in hilly areas like Ladakh, Kashmir. So, cricket lovers, uh, do you know Monali Leh Highway crosses four passes uh, Rotangla, Pralachala, Longa Lacha La, and Tango Langala. The highway opens only between July and September when snow is cleared from the road. Hmm. Tourism is a major activity with the several tourist streaming in from within India and abroad. Visit to a Gampas tracks to see the meadows and the glaciers. Witnessing ceremonies and festivals are important activities. Life of people is undergoing change due to modernization, but the people of Ladakh have over the centuries learned to live in the balance and harmony with the nature. Due to that, the Sonam Mangso is this time in the gel. This part is not mentioned here, but later it will be add here below this blank region. So, uh, due to the scarcity of resources like water and fuel, they are used with the uh, river, rivers and care. Nothing is discarded or wasted. Uh, Schedule 6. Schedule 6 is about it is the protection of the sensitive region of all over the world. The region, the places, the estates uh, come into the sensitive region uh, for the point of view with the point of view of climate and climate catastrophe. So those were kept under the schedule 6 to give a protection from all the industrialist and the mm, production giants. Uh, Answer the following questions. What are the two types of desert found in the world? First one is hot desert like Sahara, and second one is you can easily say Thar is also a hot desert, and cold desert like Leh, Ladakh. In which continent is the Sahara Desert located? Africa continent. It covers almost 11 uh, countries of the Africa continent, and it is on the uppermost part of the Africa, in which mainly Nigeria, Egypt, and many more countries come under this desert. What are the climate condition of the Ladakh desert? Too much cold, hmm, extremely cold. Uh, what mainly attracts tourists to Ladakh? Several things. Firstly, we can say the climate and the flora and fauna and the weather condition, mountains, culture and uh, culture and the traditions of uh, Ladakh. So enormous a, a point of uh, tourism and we can say uh, hmm, for visit. What types of clothes the people of Sahara Desert wear? What types of clothes? The clothes of cotton, mainly lightweight and that can absorb um, sweat, but there is a less chances to uh, high sweating in those regions. Huh? Uh, they may uh, also wear a thick, thick, thick cloth mm, for protecting himself from the uh, hot waves of air that is called lu. Name the trees that grown in Ladakh. Uh, Palm trees, not Ladakh palm trees, apple, and what nuts, walnuts maybe. Not where is those? Hmm. And take the correct answer. Sahara is located in which part of the Africa? Eastern, northern, western. So it is located on the northern. Sahara is what type of desert? Hot. Ladakh desert is mainly inhabited by uh, Buddhists and Muslims. Desert are characterized by scanty vegetation, heavily precipitation, low evaporation. Desert are characterized by what? scanty vegetation, heavy precipitation. Main factor is precipitation. Hamins is the Ladakh is famous temple, church, monastery. Egypt is the famous for growing wheat, maize, cotton. In Egypt there is a special type of cotton is grown. Egyptian cotton maybe. Hmm. I have read about this. Match the following: oceans, Bedouins oil, uh, Gangri, Lema Yuru, Libya monastery, uh, glacier, depressions with the water, cold desert, Sahara, Oshish, and Lemayuru is a monastery, oil, Libya, glacier, Lemayuru, and cold desert, Lemayuru. This is the Ladakh region. Uh, and I am not unable to match more than this. Hmm. Give reasons. There is a scanty vegetation in the desert. People of the Sahara Desert wear heavy robes, hmm, for the protection of the heat. Hmm. Map skill. On the outline map of Africa, mark the Sahara Desert and any four countries around it. Oh. On the outlining map of India, mark the Karakoram region and Janskar Range, Ladakh and Jojila Pass. Hmm. So we can see the Janskar and Karakoram range. So those were not depicted in this map, but from my point of view, I can say this region is Ladakh, and this region is Karakoram, and below that we can consider the Janskar region, because in the Karakoram region the mountain K2 is found, and in Janskar region many other a little bit smaller or higher than that K2 mountain are found in the Janskar region. So the uppermost part we can consider as a Karakoram region, and below that a little below Janskar region in the Leh Ladakh. So that's all I have for today. Thank you very much to all, and oh, this is the end. So the some internet source for more information, the school.discovery.com, national geographic.com, www.incredibleindia.org, www.wikipedia.org, Greenpeace, Britannica, Animal Planet.co.uk. So these are the sources, online sources from where we can study more about this topic, and this is the end of this topic. And now we are going to start a new book that is about the social science, mainly social politics, and then after that we will discuss about the history, and we will try to cover uh, all the chapters very fastly, because I have to complete this all the books before, you know, 2026. So thank you for today. That's all.